This is Russ. Yeah, I'm back out on the road again. What am I riding today? It's the Euphree Stellar Falcon mid-step model in red. Yeah, back out with the Euphree bike. Weather right now is about 74 degrees. I'm riding in the haze still. Yeah, the Canadian haze is still here. Yep, so we can't go too long. I don't want to be exposed to too much bad air. Yeah, air conditions show it to be pretty bad out here, but weather-wise, it's not so bad. So figure I got to get out, but I just won't get out for a long period of time. I think that's the safest way to do it. Got to stay safe. So yeah, we're taking Stellar Falcon out again. Yeah, I'm getting more used to these commuter style bikes. And let's see. Now the thing says I'm doing 19, 18, 19. Okay, 18 and 19. Speedometer reads 20. So again, 1 to 2 miles off. They're all like that. But we've been told that if you change the diameter of your wheel size, it can correct that. Yeah, then I'd have to change it on every single bike because all of the bikes do it. I don't know why, but they all do it. So we're not going anywhere special today. We're just going to ride around just to get out there. Got to keep the legs moving. Yeah, keep the knees moving, right? So that's what we're doing today. Here's an interesting thing I've noticed in this general area. A lot of people do garage sales. I've noticed that in the last couple of weeks, garage sales have popped up. Do you guys go to garage sales? Let me know. Put a comment. Do you guys do that? I don't do the garage sales. Some people do. I don't do it. I've held a garage sale before. Just before we moved back from California, we had to sell off a bunch of things. We put the garage sale information out there. People were showing up a day before, knocking on our door at 9 o'clock at night, asking if they could see the stuff that's available. Come on, you know. we put down what time the garage sale starts. It's the next day, but they want to get a jump ahead of everybody. That's aggressive, I think. That's aggressive. Did we let them in? No. No, I don't know who these people are. 9 o'clock at night? Come on. A little too aggressive for me. They probably go to all the garage sales and do that. Try to get ahead of everybody else so they can get the best choices of things. Hey, some of the guys aren't ready yet. You know, they're still putting things together. We were still putting things together. So, anyway, just a thought, something I was thinking about. So the Euphree has been outfitted, as you know, with a front and rear basket. I took the basket off of the other step-through version and put it on this red bike. So now I have the front and back on this one, and we have a front basket on the other one. And this one, I put all of the liners in the baskets too. They sent me some basket liners. Yeah, those are really helpful. I feel comfortable putting stuff in there now and not having to worry about stuff falling through the hole. Because the baskets, you know, they're just metal, so they have like holes, right? Openings. So if you don't have either something that's a solid, like a bag or something like that in there, it's going to fall through. Small things will fall through. Now I don't have to worry about it. I can put small things in there, big things in there, doesn't matter. So I would say if you get a basket, look into the liners. So what else is happening? Well, not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. I've been doing a lot of more from Russ videos because I'm in the car. You know, I can do those anytime I want. Not so much so with, let's go this way. Not so much so with riding a bike. If it rains, you're out of luck. If it's hazy, you're out of luck. It's hazy today. All right, let's go through the bridge here. This is a narrow bridge, it says. Yeah, you telling me it is. This is the narrowest bridge out here.
What's up?
Morning. It's definitely the narrowest bridge out here. You got to really be careful. I mean, I don't think it's even easy to have two bikes going across that bridge. You'd probably bump into each other if you did it. Plus, this area here, you know, like I said, they really need to resurface this thing. It's kind of bumpy. A little bit bumpy. But we have suspension seat posts, we have a suspension front fork, we're okay. But on bikes that don't have it, yeah, you would feel every little thing. I mean, you can hear it. You can hear me bumping all over the place there, right? Yeah, we got the head nod. We do the head nod. I mean, there's no way you're gonna wave to somebody, especially on a scooter. Come on, you want to keep both hands on the handlebar on a scooter. You don't want to take your hands off of those things. All right, where are we headed? Well, this is the way to get to the hill test, but we're not going to do a hill test. We're just riding around. Just riding around for the fun of it. Breathing in all the haze. It's really hazy. You can see it off in the distance. I don't know if you can tell on this camera, but in person, I can definitely see it. So I've been pedaling more today than I typically do. And people always say, hey, you don't pedal. I pedal. It's just a lot of times you don't see me pedaling. A lot of times I don't pedal on camera, but pedal more on a commuter style bike. Well, let's stop here. Let's see what we got. We'll let these cars go. And then we will go. Yeah, I've definitely been taking it easy on these rides lately. Yep. But hey, you know, I'm getting older. Older you get, the more you want to just enjoy the ride, I think. Not that I didn't enjoy the rides before, but I think it's more important sometimes to slow down and enjoy what you have out there. And people have said that these are nice environments I ride in. That's true. We do have pretty nice paths here, and even the streets are pretty decent. Residential streets, that is. You know, it's easier to ride on residential street than on major street. Major streets kind of be scary sometimes, right?
One person doesn't try.
So, a lot of things floating around. This is probably the cottonwood, right? Cottonwood over dandelions. I don't think it's dandelions. I don't see any dandelions out anymore. It seems like the dandelions happen right in the beginning of spring, and then we don't see them anymore. At least the flower part, that is. So now anything floating around, I'm assuming that's the cottonwood. Yeah, it looks like snow. It really does. So yeah, I mean, if you have allergies and that, you know, like that, I'm sure it's not good for you. They say this year has been really tough for everybody. I've been lucky. I really don't have allergies. You have to worry about it. All right, people are playing tennis. Let's take a look here. Well, they're not moving around too fast there. Let's see, somebody's serving. Good serve, good return. Another good return. Another good return. Hell, those guys are playing pretty good. Well, two ladies, they're doing pretty good. There was a time I played pretty well. It was actually the first year I ever played tennis. After that, I was terrible afterwards. I don't know what happened. It's almost like I didn't know what I was doing. I read a lot of books, took books out, learned how to play, and then did pretty good. And then the next year, downhill from there. Look at all this cottonwood. Ugh. Yeah, you can see it all over the path. You guys see that? It's on the edges of the path. It's all over the place. Okay, we're here. Let's do a hill test. Let's do a hill test. All right, that's stopped enough as far as I'm concerned. All right, let's just do it. So I'm blasting it up as hard as I can. I'm doing about 22 or so miles according to the speedometer, but who knows if that's accurate or not. 17, 15, 14.6, 14.4, 14.4 miles per hour. There you go. That's not bad, actually. Many of the bikes are usually, I would say maybe 9 and above, something like that. Some of them even lower. I think average-wise, we hover around 11 or 12, so that was pretty good, yeah. But we knew that. we knew that because we've done that test before, right? This time, I weigh a little bit less than maybe the first original time we ever did the test with the Euphree bikes. We have baskets and things on here now, but you know, how heavy could the baskets be? A couple pounds here and there, it's not that bad, not compared to body weight. Yeah, body weight, you know, when I was doing tests in the past, I was like 268 pounds, something like that. Yeah, I'm down about 232, something like that, 233, 232. It changes every day. Who knows what it is. I was down as low as 218, as you know, but I gained weight back since the Thanksgiving time and up, and I haven't dropped it since. So that's not good. Got to go back on the diet, but I go to Costco every day for a pizza. See, that's the thing. Got to cut all that stuff out again. Go back on that regimen of salads and chicken only. That would drop it. Drop everything else, you know, nothing extra. So, all right, it looks like we're going through the forest preserve. I mean, if we're heading in this direction, we're going to go through the forest preserve. I think I'll take the shortcut this time. I usually take the long way where cars usually go by in the forest preserve. I'll take the actual path, let you see what that looks like. It cuts through a lot quicker. It's probably safer for people who are walking or driving. It's less of a route, I guess. We'll go through the forest preserve, see how it looks like at this point. All right, I'm gonna cut it off here and pick you guys back up once we cross over, because it's usually we're waiting at this stoplight for a while. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Back inside the forest preserves here. Yeah, you note that the forest preserves now say no motor vehicles. I don't think they're talking about this, but I'm sure those who see that sign will believe it's talking about this. I believe they're talking more about gas motor vehicles. They need to be more specific because their own rules and regulations, if you look up the forest preserve rules, it shows e-bikes are allowed on their paths as long as you stay within a certain speed limit, right? It's usually like 15 miles per hour. Well, kind of hard to stay. I'm at 17 right now. And 15 really feels like you're crawling. It really does. All right, this is the shortcut path. So let's do that. We'll pedal through it. They have paths along the inside here. There's not the paved paths. You know, you can go through the woods if you wanted to. I only did that once. I only did that one time with Big Fat Tire bike. Yeah, you can see it's along the sides here. I figured, you know, even though they have that, I'd rather be on this. I don't like being on the gravel because you can skid out easily on gravel. But it will take you through the forest preserve if you want to do that. I'm not interested in doing that. Never had an interest. I know a lot of people like it. I never had an interest to do it. So you can see it right here. And then they'll go through the forest preserves. Yeah, I don't do that. It's okay. You know, some people like it, some people not so much. So, all right, I hear a ding on my cell phone. Let me check my cell phone real quickly, see if there's kind of messages we might have here. Let me pull off to the side here for a second. Pull it out of the bag. Yeah, I hit my cell phone in the bag today. Okay, there we go. Close the bag all up again. You know, Euphree has a cell phone case you can purchase that clips directly onto their handlebar stem. But they also sell this thing, which is like a stem bag. You can put your cell phone in there. You know, all I do is I turn up my ringer so that I can hear it go ding, and then I know there's a message for me. I think that's fine. I don't need to see it every given moment. I could stop. I could stop and pull it out and look at it. It's actually technically more protection as well because it's inside a bag. You know, if you were to drop your bike or something. But you know, the interesting thing is when if you do drop your bike, the handlebar usually takes the beating. Stuff on the front usually doesn't. So even with a cell phone on there, as long as the cell phone doesn't come off of the mount, it's usually pretty safe. Yeah, it's usually your pedals will get it, your handlebar edges will get it. You know, sometimes the fender might get it, you know. But other than that, you know, the frame is usually fine when you take a spill, unless you fall on something, right? Because those parts that stick out will actually take the brunt of the drop. Nobody wants to drop their bike. I haven't dropped a bike in a long time, so I don't want to be dropping a bike. All right. Forest preserves look pretty nice. How's it look to you guys? I see haze. As I look out, I see it hazy. It's not as clear as it used to be. Yesterday, even more hazy. I didn't come out here, but I could see it on the street. But even out here, if you look out in the distance there, do you see some not quite as clear, kind of hazy? Yeah, that's the smoke from Canada. It's blowing down here. Let's go this way. Now, in the past, when I've gone through this forest preserve, I've seen everything from snapping turtles to snakes coming across. Yeah, little black snakes, probably about like 12 inches long, maybe, something like that. We have deer in here too. We don't see the deer usually around this time. We'll see them early in the morning. So, yeah, it's interesting. Before I started riding my e-bike again, I didn't see anything because I never went anywhere, you know, with a bad knee and everything. I came out here once, I think, with my mobility scooter. And that's when I said, you know, one day I'm going to take a bike out and ride this bike path instead of taking a mobility scooter through here. I never did take my non-electric bike through here. I took the e-bike. Yeah, once my knees were better, I bought an e-bike. I'm gonna have to get through here and just. Thank you. So Yeah, I never took a regular bike out here. I don't think I would have made it. No, my knees weren't good enough when I first started out with the e-bike. And the very first time I fell was because of that. I didn't have the strengthened leg yet. And then when I stopped by a traffic light actually, and tipped over because when the bike started to tilt towards me, I didn't have enough leg strength to hold myself and the bike up at the same time, and then I went down. Yeah, I was basically almost stopped already when I fell. And I find that a lot of times it's not when you're riding that you fall, it's usually when you're attempting to make a stop that you end up falling. So, another time I fell purposely. My shoelace got caught on a pedal and I couldn't undo it. So I knew I would have to fall over in order to get off the bike. So I didn't want to fall on my bad leg side, which is the left side, so I purposely fell on the right side. So sometimes you gotta purposely do so. My mistake with that one is I fell and I hit the curb. That's not good. What I should have done was go up on somebody's driveway and fall onto his lawn. Then at least you're falling onto grass. That's a lot better. I didn't think about that. Now I know. Fall on grass, okay? Try not to fall on asphalt. If you have to fall, that is. Euphoree's doing pretty good today. It's doing pretty good. Well, let's talk about the cadence sensor and torque sensor option. You know, this bike has both of them. Most of my bikes, if I have an option, I still leave it on cadence sensor. It just fits me better. You know, I guess if I had stronger legs and stronger knees, I would probably do the torque sensor and get some more exercise out of it, but yeah, I don't. So cadence sensor works easier for me. And the cadence sensor also gives you a predetermined speed, right? So depending on what your pedal assist levels are set for, you know, when you pedal, it's going to be that speed. You can pretty much tell, right? So yeah, it's just easier for me. Everyone has their preferences. It's not a big deal. In general, the less expensive bikes will have cadence sensors. The more expensive bikes will have a torque sensor and or cadence sensor. I don't know why that is. Maybe it costs more to make a torque sensor? I don't know. I'm not in manufacturing. I have no clue. No clue. All right, I think we're good for today. What do you think? I think that's enough breathing in of all the stuff. Time to get out. Anyways, if you liked the video, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Talk to you guys next time.